Hey butterfly, it's Thursday, so you know it's time for our hearts to talk. Let's get our housekeeping things out of the way. Make sure that you catch up on all the other videos that I've posted on the channel. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. And you can follow me on all social media platforms at Divinely Ty. Now we got all that out of the way. Today I want to talk about something that's kind of been hovering because contrary to my Christmas tree being back here, it's almost Valentine's Day. And this tree will remain until it's ready to go. Like, it makes me happy. But on the topic of Valentine's Day, you notice that some singles and some people in relationships are thinking about what plans they have. And it made me think about a specific question that I had asked myself years ago that I want you to also consider. And that question is, if the current life that you are living, come on, light. The light just came in. If the current life that you are living does not match the vision that you had for yourself, what do you do? If you are in a position where you're over 30, you're single, going to all of your friends' weddings, being in weddings, and you kind of feel that societal pressure to find your person, what do you do when you're in that space? If you are in a space where you are in a relationship and maybe it's not bringing you joy, what do you do about that? If you are in a relationship and you're enjoying it, what's the next step? So just really tapping in and checking in with yourself to see, what would you do if the vision of your life does not match what you're living on a day-to-day basis? And I want to introduce to you two powerful, okay, don't tell nobody, I'm about to let y'all in on some secret stuff, okay? Two tools that can change your life. I should be charging for this video, but I'm not. A journal, a pen. I know y'all thinking, Tanisha, ain't nothing new about them things. How are they powerful and all this and all that? I'm gonna tell you how. A lot of us just float through life. Let's be honest. We get in the routine of going to work, coming home, having our little side things, and then wash, rinse, repeat. You may sprinkle in a few vacations in there, but the planning process to identify where you want to be 6 months, a year and a half, 5 years from now, a lot of us don't do that because day-to-day life, if you have children, you're in school, you're doing other things, it can be hard to set aside the time to plan for your future, right? And one of the most important lessons that I ever learned is how the things that we put in our mind become our reality. And most of the thoughts that we have thought 90% of the time already. So from day to day, you may be recycling the same thoughts over and over. I got to pay this bill. I got to go to this job I don't like. I got to do this. I got to do that. You've thought those thoughts day in and day out. Oh, it's Friday. So we spend a lot of our time recycling thoughts that we've already had, and we don't spend any time sometimes focused on the life that we want. And what you can do to validate this is look at any area of your life. I challenge you to look at any area of your life: romance, finance, health, career, family relationships, anything. And look at your dominant thought and see how it's playing out in your life. If you have the thought that it ain't no good people out here, people be playing games in the dating pool, isn't that your experience? One of the thoughts, and I'm not saying that being single is a negative thing, because listen, I did my single thing, okay? Sis was on tour, you feel me, okay? I went 5 years straight, not worried about nobody, okay? So being single can be a very fertile, nurturing, informative, special time. And when you are truly ready for something else, I believe that it will happen. My mindset with dating, when I had took 5 years off from dating, I was tired, child. I was tired. I said, I'm tired of I've been somebody's girlfriend since I could walk or talk. In the kindergarten all the way up, I was somebody's girlfriend. I don't want to do that right now. I need this time for me. All right. When I was going through that, even though I removed myself from the dating pool, I never had the mindset that it was, one, hard to find a good partner, or two, I was always getting the worst of the situation. I always thought in my mind, there is an abundance of eligible people that I can click with. God is so creative. I know he got many men, many men, because that's my choice, that I can pick from. So I never was feeling that pressure of, oh, I need a man. I need a man. And also, social media wasn't popping like that back then anyway. Dating apps wasn't really popping like that. So I get that time period may have been a little bit different based on where we were societally. All right. So I get that. But I never had that mindset. Even with my friends, some of my friends had that mindset that it was hard to find a good dude. These dudes been playing games. Or once they got into something, it was really hard for them to let down their boundaries and let somebody in. It's just like self-sabotage. Do you want it? Don't you want it? Do you want it? Don't you want it? Do you want it? Don't you want it? And it takes time. Like, now that I am currently in a relationship, I can 100% say every single day it is a choice. It is a choice to be honest, to be vulnerable, to include that person into your space. Okay? It is 100% a choice on a daily basis that I am choosing to show up for this person and also not lose a piece of myself, which can happen in any situation, job, family, anything. So being in a relationship, there are daily choices, because sometimes, you see something, the grass always might look greener on the other side, but you got to, hey man, I ain't trying to hurt my baby, my honey dip, my boo bop. I ain't trying to hurt my baby. So it's a choice to remain in that and be honest and forthright. Sometimes that's a maturity thing. So getting back to the question at hand, if your life doesn't align with the vision of what you thought, a lot of us had that by the time that I'm this age, I'm going to be married, kids with a house. Well, let me tell you something about the housing market. Millennials, slow down. All right? Rent. Rent as long as you can, if you can do it. So a lot of things have changed, and a lot of us, you, me, may have based those things, those points of achievement, on what we were shown and what was modeled to us. There is a new reality that is being born every day. The fact that women have so many more rights and we are earning and out-earning so many people, it's like the need for a partner isn't as strong as it used to be, especially if they come in with that bull stuff, okay? Especially if they playing games. You don't even have to settle, sir. They made a rose. I can go to brunch and get endless mimosas, right? Okay. So don't settle. But I do think it's important for you, if you want to be in a relationship. And this ain't no relationship advice. Don't get this twisted. This is, if my life doesn't align to the vision that I have for myself, where do I go next? And I would say it's time for you to revise your vision of your life. I would say sit down with that mighty journal and pen and just start with small, short-term goals. In the next 6 months, I would like to identify your relationship status, identify your career status, whatever sector of your life is most important. I would say identify where you want to be in the next 6 months, the next year, the next 3 years, and the next 5 years. And then look at your life and see what is it going to take for you to be able to do those things. Now, you don't have to fill in all of the blanks. Your job is to get clear enough that the universe can quickly bring to you what it is that you are requesting. Because a lot of the times it's not that the thing is not there. It's just that you're not open to receive it because your mind is in a whole bunch of different directions. And you may be focusing on the lack of having the thing. So let's go back to, let's say we're talking about relationships. Let's go to my mindset is, I don't have nobody. It's hard to find somebody. If that is your dominant thought, that is what you are telling the universe. Universe, I ain't got nobody. I ain't got nobody. Hey, I ain't got nobody. Hey, I ain't got. And the universe like, all right, girl, I ain't gonna see nobody over there because you ain't got nobody. You ain't got nobody. We ain't got nobody. Nobody, yada, yada. You feel me? So you have to put into your mind, I found the right partner for me, individual, okay? Not a relationship goal, for me. And you also have to think to yourself, what type of person would you be if you were in a successful relationship? You have to be giving, you have to be honest. If you want to go the distance, some things that worked as a single person ain't gonna work in a relationship because you have to account for somebody else bringing their whole life experience. So there's a lot of flexibility that has to happen there. Again, this is not relationship advice. We're just using the sector of relationship to demonstrate how do you go from not living the vision that you originally have to revising it and making it your reality. And I am wholeheartedly telling you that this has worked for me 1,000,000 times. It has worked for my clients. Clarity literally is the magic ingredient to creating the things that you want. The problem is we are so inundated with junk, gossip, fears, doubts, that we spend the majority of our mental equity recycling old harmful thoughts and virtually no time identifying what it is that we want. When your life has clearly proven to you that what you focus on, you create. What you focus on, you create. It ain't how you feel in things, because what you say and what you think is what you are constantly drawing to you. And if you know that for sure, then you will be wanting to align your thoughts, behaviors, and speech to match what it is that you want. Okay? Because you don't need to be at home singing, what would you do if your son was at home, grind all alone on the bedroom floor because he's hungry? And the only way to feed him was to sleep with a man with a little bit of money. And his dad is gone. That song was too deep for us. So we're smoking crack now. In and out of lockdown. I ain't got a job now. See, even if you are in between jobs, claim that you figured it out already. And I know it's like, oh, everybody be talking that fake it till you make it and you just got to believe yourself into it. It's not believing. It is identifying a target and aligning your actions, behaviors, and speech to match that target so that you're not stressed about not having it. If you're focused on not having it, that is what you will create. Okay? Now I want you to go forward after this video. Hit your little revisions. Maybe you thought by this time you would be, married, settled down, 2.5 cars, picket fence and all that. And maybe now you like, hey, I like me and the rich auntie. I wouldn't mind having me a companion. You know how grandma and them had Earl on the side. Maybe you want an Earl. Maybe you want a Patrice. You just want somebody to do life with. Maybe marriage ain't what you want anymore. Maybe it is. Ain't no shortage of good people out here. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. There are no shortage of good people out here. Just like it ain't no shortage of trash people. But where you want to be, digging in the trash or digging in the gold mine? You tell me. What would you do if your son was at home crying all alone on the bedroom floor because he's hungry? And the only way to... All right, y'all, I'm going to let y'all go. As for me and my tree, this tree makes me happy. It will be up until further notice. And that's that on that. Like I said, make sure you let me know how you feel about the video in the comments. And I will see you again when our hearts have to talk.